Hello and welcome to Dragon Tavern, reviewing the last in the first bit of series comic, Vox Machina Origins, issue 6. Hashtag issue,
Sometimes I wonder, what are you doing?
See,
that was one of those moments.
If you live my life and you get to you get to experience all the moments.
I live with you. I live your life.
I question it a lot as well. So essentially,
the final issue for the origin arc, you could say.
Yes, basically that's what we're getting so far. This is the complete run of comics at this point. And we're hoping for more. We're hoping for a lot more. Go out and buy them if you want that.
And in this comic book, we're gonna obviously. If your first time to this review, we try and avoid spoilers, so we put up the spoiler tag, but let's just say there's a few nuggets there that give us some hints going forward, but that's all we'll say.
So generally what we want to do is talk about the comic in general first, then we're going to throw up a big spoiler tag so you guys know if you haven't read it yet, that's your cue to tune out.
And you should go read it and then come back and then we can talk about it together.
Buy it, go and find it, download it, print it out.
There is going to be a link down below, just like all our reviews, to go support it, because at the end of the day, you support this, means we get more.
Yep.
And that's the most important bit.
I've been really enjoying having these on my phone. That way, you can open up the Comixology app when you're at the doctor's waiting room or whatever, and it's a good way to pass some minutes.
Or another waiting room.
Yeah.
Just any waiting room.
Basically in a room in which you have to wait, you should have a comic like this for those moments.
So we'll go through the important people that helped this comic together. Not the only people that helped, but the ones that pointed out. So it was written by the brilliant Matt Colville. Drawn by Olivia Sanson. Hi, Olivia.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi. She watches
these videos, so
Hi.
it's good to see you.
I'm sorry if we offend you.
Personally, I thought it was brilliant. I wasn't going to say nice things about it.
I will
probably do the same because it was great.
I'll probably, the colours were Chris Northrop.
Yeah.
But the cover this time was Ariana.
The
name will be on the screen because I think my
writing. A continual run at the fact that you're always the one that writes down the names.
Earlier, but you know I do this, but you refuse to write down the names.
It makes better content when you're trying.
Anyway, I'll put a name up. I do apologise for butchering your name. That's my thing.
We're New Zealanders. Whatever we do with our accent,
I think that's just me.
It's
this is just me. I'm not putting it on a country on blast for this. But Ariana, you did the cover art. I'll put her links down below for all her stuff because we want to support these guys.
Because they're amazing and we love this stuff.
Yes.
So again, Chris Northrop, I think, nails the colour palette. You know exactly where you are just by the colours coming through in each frame.
The consistency of this art, I would say, is what made the comic.
Yeah. Also in this one, there is some certain dragonborn sorcerer who I felt had this is more Olivia Sampson, but also Northrop, had some wonderful expressions and angles going on. Yeah. It was nice.
I honestly think the writing was a lot better with this one.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it in the spoilers side of it because there's a lot of theories that I had of how this. I think some of it was changed as the series went along, but we'll talk about that more in detail. But I think they nailed exactly this comic felt like Vox Machina.
Yeah.
This was like, this was an origin comic. This actually felt like all their voices were exactly the voices that I interpret, and I think they got them absolutely on point. So I think this is the best one out of
I think they've nailed it. I think also the interesting thing with the Vox Machina comics that I've been figuring out is that you have the player's kind of essence removed, and it's just the characters that we're talking about here. But it's so well done that it is exactly as the characters are. And I actually like the fact that the player personalities aren't interfering.
Yeah, I give high props to Matt Colville on this one. I think this one felt a lot. I think the writing was sharper. I felt Scanlan was good.
Because we have talked about before that Scanlan seemed to only really be breaking the fourth wall and stuff, but we got some other really cool moments.
I think it did it subtly enough and it worked really well and it flowed and it felt more organic, you could say.
This comic issue also had the moment at which I laughed my ass off the loudest out of any of the 6 so far.
Oh, really?
So we'll get to that.
Well, we'll get to a spoiler. So that's our general comments. If by this point you still haven't read the comic, go read it, link down below. Leave a comment saying you're one of those people that went and get it because of us mentioning it, because that gives us a lot of joy that we're supporting Critical Role and had of influence on it. So we'll put spoiler tag above Ola's head because I'm taller than him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember the early days where you were always taller because you sat
I had
in
the
the
nice
chair.
chair,
Yeah, and in real life I'm taller than him. Just want to point that out. It's just because it always bothered me to be like here when you were there.
Yeah. I did it on purpose. I bought that $300 chair just so I could be...
Anyway, spoilers, bang.
I shouldn't be eating a tart.
Let's go on to it. So we're going to go quickly run through what happened in the episode. So
Yes.
the party basically plans to get onto the boat.
Yeah. Basically, Grog is like, why don't we just go and attack them? There's only 2 guards. And Tiberius goes, well, we shouldn't do that, because that would be a very dangerous idea, wouldn't it, Grog?
But of course, Vox and Arca are planning, nothing goes to plan.
But the best thing was, and this is the moment that made me laugh my ass off, when they're discussing this and Tibbs is like, yeah, maybe we should use, and Vex is like, oh, we could use some darkness, and Vex is like, yeah, we could just cover darkness. Behind them, you can
Grog
see Grog just like cutting through.
And then just starting, like, it basically triggers all the guards to come down and they basically take out all the guards.
Oh, man. Because, like, it was so well done in the first 2 frames that was happening. Grog was this big, and I nearly missed it.
It definitely felt like a Vox Machina planning session that just doesn't go right. So I love that. I love that.
And it was also, like, classic, true D&D.
Classic.
I keep saying that.
No, you
I don't
don't.
know why.
Yeah.
I need to get it tattooed on my face or something. I just point at it. I just loved that. I thought that was hilarious.
So basically the battle happens. Vex actually gets hurt during this battle. And also Grog fights a Minotaur and falls into the water. And we don't see him for a little while. But that comes up later.
Yeah.
Now, Vex gets hurt and gets healed by Keyleth.
Yep.
And you see a really good moment of the characterization of Vex.
Yeah.
Who basically hugs Keyleth because she's not used to this kind of interaction of having someone to help her out who's not her brother.
Yeah.
So her reaction isn't just thanks, it's like an overdose kind of thing. So I really like that.
Now, Vax and Vex were some of my favourite characters during Vox Machina for the reason that they were so loyal to each other. And it was really cool seeing the characters in the Vox Machina Origin comics so perfectly embody that brother-sister trust, that we only rely on each other until we meet Vox Machina thing. Man, I felt like they did that.
And I like how they're dropping those nuggets of they're slowly allowing themselves to be attached to these people.
Yeah.
No, not completely. They're not fully. Let's completely embrace them.
Yeah.
But those doors are opening up, and I really like that slow, gradual door being opened up.
Yeah. I thought the whole Vox Machina kind of congealing and becoming cohesive while still maintaining their own personal depth.
Agreed. So basically, once they're inside the boat, once they've taken out everyone, they find a little soul circle I've put down, where basically the whole plot has been the souls of Stillben have been kind of stolen.
Yeah.
You could say in this and in this liquid that they're basically following along. I was a little bit confused about the whole thing, but that's only because my brain doesn't work very well.
So all the souls that have been taken by this poison are in this like a massive amorphous cloud, which was one of my favourite panels in the entire comic, possibly in the entire run of comics, because it was this like very ethereal kind of mess of faces and limbs that was so animated, but also just so spooky.
Yeah, and so they determined that the best way, or Tiberius does a little bit of investigation and realizes they have to dilute this in order for these souls to be released.
Yeah.
So in classic...
No, it was Kiki that said that they should dilute it.
Oh, it was Kiki. It was a conversation that Tiberius and Kiki...
Because Tiberius thought all we have to do is neutralise it, and Kiki was like, well, no, I know a bit about poisons. What we want to do is offset it a little bit.
Sorry, I got confused there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically Scanlan decides, the best way to do it is to piss on it.
Yeah, and Vex kind of helps as well. It's Vox Machina. Yes, that's a natural, organic thing.
And I like that because I think that was the first time in the comic you really saw Vex kind of show that side of himself. Because before he was a lot more strained with his sister, but never really showed his more kind of like... taking the piss side of it.
Wow.
Taking the piss is a New Zealand phrase. I think
they might not.
They won't know that. Taking the piss is basically making a joke, basically.
Yeah. Like if you take the piss out of Donald Trump, then...
We're making a joke out of Donald Trump.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, taking the piss of yourself, you're making a joke out of yourself.
Yeah, of course we don't need to make jokes out of you. You do that yourself. Anyway. That's me.
True.
I was just taking the piss.
Yeah.
You can start saying that.
So basically, while they're trying to neutralise this little circle, the undead golem that we've been seeing bursts through and basically starts another fight.
Yeah. Now, my favourite use of colour in this entire thing... Sorry, I don't know why I'm eating a tart.
This is the Tiberius thing, so you can go for it.
Cool. No, my favourite colour that's been used by Chris Northrop throughout this whole thing is the neon green that shows up in potions and in vials and the arcane spells. It literally just leaps and comes right off the page. It's so vibrant. I don't know how he created such a wonderful colour. I love that.
That's a very good compliment. I like that. So yeah, we see the power of Tiberius as well, which really goes into a lot of. He was using his arcane abilities, and it was very good. I love that bit.
So he goes burning hands,
and because one of my concerns with going into this comic was that Tiberius was going to be a side character because of the outside influences of what happened with Critical Role and with the person who played Tiberius in the game. But I'm so glad they've basically made him just as important as anybody else, and I'm really, really thankful for that. Yeah,
because Tiberius was a huge part of the Vox Machina journey for us and for you as well, I imagine, if you watch from the start.
Yeah, exactly. So good on you, Matt, for treating them as no differently than everyone else.
I also like the fact that while we're dealing with Vox Machina and we're dealing with the just idea of Dungeons and Dragons, the D&D tropes and references seem to take a bit of a backseat to the Vox Machina stuff, which I think is the way to go because we're buying this as fans of Vox Machina. The D&D is almost secondary to the joke plot lines, and I think that's good.
It's definitely a D&D comic. You can't take anything away from that. But I think it's allowed people that don't follow D&D or Critical Role to be just get exactly the amount of enjoyment out of it than anyone else.
And one of the things I've said before is if you're trying to get someone into D&D and Critical Role, which you probably are, it's a slightly cultish mentality that we have in the community, and they're really into the comic books, this is a great way to bridge them into
Exactly, and that sentiment has applied from the beginning, applies at the end. They've kept the consistency of this comic very, very. I think it's only got better as we went along. Back to the battle. Keyleth heals Vax during the battle because Vax gets hurt by the undead golem, and they have a nice little sweet moment. I really like that. Little droppets of nuggets of what's going to happen down the line. I like that.
Now, there's been some cool stuff. We've seen the heavy side of Vax and Vex. We haven't seen the heavy side of Scanlan. Now, we know Scanlan as being, the love, the fun, the joke, the comedy, but we also, from some of the scenes we've seen in Vox Machina, especially that one very powerful scene, what's my mother's name? Then we know,
after he dies and comes back.
We know his deeper side. I think they're probably saving that for future episodes, but I'm looking forward to that.
I'm looking for a lot more deeper moments of Scanlan.
Because I think it's coming.
Because we're in spoiler territory. It's definitely this is definitely not the end of the Vox Machina comics.
Hope not.
Because based on certain things that do happen, I think they've given the heads up this is going to continue, which we'll talk about near the end. Anyway, so Keyleth also gets stabbed right after she heals Vax by the Myriad kind of leader who's caused this whole problem, who turns out to be a Meredith. I think that's the creature's name.
Cool.
It's like Meredith.
Merilith?
Yeah. Which has got multiple arms.
Yeah, 6 arms.
She's like a Naga kind of creature.
Naga, or even almost like a Buddhist deity or something.
It's Marioth, because I looked it up.
I'm
doing research.
I'm so impressed with your research the last couple of videos.
I know, it's great.
On point. Have a tart.
No, I don't want a tart. You're a tart.
I'm going to have some tart.
Anyway, so they basically fight this Marioth. Trinket is in this battle as well. It's really awesome to see Trinket, but Trinket's kind of useless.
I love the cuteness of Trinket as well. The big paws and stuff.
I do hope we get a little bit more personality of Trinket. We did see it when Trinket was initially introduced.
Yeah.
But hopefully maybe going forward we'll see more.
Also because Trinket was basically like Matt's character, because Matt was the one that was doing the kind of thing. So think a bit of that.
Yeah. So basically as the kind of the battle turns on, this Myriad leader's really just wiping them out. We get Grog returning, bursting through the door.
The wall, swings his axe.
And if we did MVPs on this, he would be MVP. Yeah.
He basically is like the guy at the start of the party who goes out to buy more beer for the rest of the crew. You don't see him for 4 hours, and then finally he shows up carrying a whole stack of pizzas.
And he just bursts through and says, "Hey everyone!" Everyone's like, "Yay!" That's great.
So that was and just the fight scenes, man.
We're not finished yet. Got a little bit left. So anyway, Grog bursts through. Myriad kind of falls on the Soul Circuit, burns to death.
Yes.
Basically. They win, and they basically manage to stop whatever's happening and still win this poison. Or was it poison? I don't know exactly. Some ritual.
Ritual. One of the like my favorite just lines from this whole thing was "fuck normal." At one point, I think it was Vax says that when between Keyleth and
it kind of goes into one of those other lines that I always said. No one normal ever changed the world.
There you go.
Boom,
And
that's
I
mine.
want, if normal on a shirt. I probably can't wear that.
There's probably
at
one
work.
out there.
There probably is. I thought that was great because that's almost a nod to the fact that we're nerds. We're not the normal.
Now,
people.
what I think happened after here. Now, I think this ending did get changed. I think initially it was more of it was going to be in a neat little bow.
Yeah.
But I think from this point onwards, they were putting in nuggets for future arcs for the comic.
Yes.
So we see a mystery man. He's bearded. He's very rugged.
He drops some rocks.
Rocks on the dock where the boat is, and then walks away.
Yeah.
I looked through the entire arc to see whether that man showed up before.
Yeah.
Didn't.
Right.
So he must be
some part of the pre-stream story.
Yeah.
And that actually exactly gave me that little hope and that light that made me go, that foreshadowing, yes, there's going to be more.
But that wasn't the only foreshadow.
Right.
So basically the boat burns, they get out of there, and the party decide to celebrate, go get smashed,
Yes.
and basically get
Drink
messed
responsibly.
up. Or don't.
No,
Be
don't.
like Vox Machina and drink.
Don't listen. Drink responsibly.
Yeah, drink responsibly, but don't. Anyway, so the party decides to celebrate, kind of stay together. They've kind of had that bond now that we got, and it's an origin story, so it's great.
Yeah. Also, that's what you do after the end of a long quest line. Invariably.
Now we cut back to another Myriad leader.
Yes.
No, the clasp, right? The clasp, and they're talking to the party members that were with Keyleth and Tiberius.
Yes.
And
also,
that left them.
What's his name? The dude, the big fat dude.
Oh, I didn't write it down.
He shows up right at the end as well.
Yeah, I know the one you're referring to.
Yeah, which I think again is this is not us seeing them and being like, oh, they've failed. Or, oh, this is the end of that. It was very much like ...
Basically, they want revenge on these Tiberius and Keyleth, the ones that were part of that. So we're going to have that. We're probably going to have that because it was a very evil kind of. Yeah, I'm going to get my revenge.
If I may request, Olivia Sampson, you're watching this. Can I request maybe just us? We'll pay you getting sent a hardcover copy of some of the comics, maybe.
Why don't we just buy it?
Yeah, okay.
Because if you got to pay her, why don't we just buy it?
That's how we get a discount for being on like a...
No, I don't think
it's not going to work.
No, we won't be able to.
I'll order them from my store and then,
Yeah, do that. Anyway, so don't beg people to make the stuff to do this.
I just think it's cool.
It's just so awkward. Anyway, and the last nugget we get is the mayor talking to the mirror from the last issue. I think it was last issue or the issue before. Talking to the person that the Myriad leader was talking to for the mirror. So we get that nugget too. So basically we're left with maybe even 4 nuggets. We've got the mystery man. Yeah. We've got the clasp talking about getting their revenge.
We've got the guy who was trying to poison the town.
Yeah, we've got the guy that tried to poison town, and we've got the party members teaming up for their next adventure.
Yeah.
So it's quite evident that this is not going to be the end. We're going to get another arc because I can't see them ending like that. It's like, all these nuggets, because if you look at the pre-stream, none of this is discussed. I mean, we do have these groups come up in the future, like the Clasp and the Myriad.
And we've got some more information on the world itself from the Tal'Dorei campaign setting guide.
So we're definitely going to... I honestly, I can put my money up because we still have to meet Talison's Dragonborn character that appeared.
Before he became Percy.
The thing is that the first adventure that they played was in Stillbeam.
Yeah.
And it was similar to this arc, but Talison's original character was involved.
Yeah.
But he didn't show up in this arc.
Right.
So I don't know whether, from a canon point of view, that character doesn't exist at all.
Yeah.
So,
it's an interesting point. And I guess we won't know until we get more of these.
So that's basically our review on issue 6.
Yeah.
Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a big wrap-up episode when the trade paperback is actually released.
Yes.
We're obviously going to try and get our hands on it. I'm definitely going to try because I love my comic books.
Yes.
But chances are not going to happen because we are poor.
Yeah,
and it costs heaps to get stuff to New Zealand.
Yeah. Sometimes I get lucky enough that the store that I work at orders these books, and I just say to my boss, just order one more than that lot and just put it aside.
Yeah, we beg other people, as you probably saw before. Sorry,
No
Olivia.
shame.
I have a lot of shame. Don't beg Olivia.
No shame.
Anyway, so what we're going to do, we're going to do a big wrap-up episode of this arc. All six issues that we're going to discuss. We're going to talk about theories. We're going to reread it ourselves.
Yeah.
But most importantly, if you're out there watching this and you've got your own theory about these nuggets that are left at the end,
we want to hear it.
We want to hear it because we want to read it out and discuss and have a good old wrap-up session. We're also going to point out some references and hints that references or throwbacks or things that we've missed. Maybe go through some of the end conclusions a bit better.
Maybe some hopes and what we want to see from like the characters' different perspectives
going
and all that
forward
kind of thing.
and all that. Yeah.
Also, if you want to have a chat to us about this, jump on our Discord, which is just the D20 Multiverse on Discord. And if you chat to us in there, we'll put your theories forward in the wrap-up.
In the wrap-up one. So we really want you guys to be involved in this wrap-up because we've got our own ideas, but hearing it from a different perspective gives us a whole new vision on what to expect. Because I put my money on it that we're going to get another arc.
I would go with you on that.
Because the comic book has been extremely popular. Everyone out there has been real supportive of the comic. And if we get more, it's going to be even better. We could reach a point that we're actually seeing the games that were recorded live being drawn up in a comic form, and how would that work? Because that would be the first widestream, mainstream kind of esque thing that was ever adapted.
And I know you'd buy them all. I would buy them all. I imagine there's a lot of critters that would as well. For $7, that's good. Well, for New Zealand, it's about $7.
It's $7
in
for
our
us.
money, which is whatever.
It's quite a lot.
It's great. It's a good price for having entertainment on your phone or on your computer when you need something to read.
The trade paperback will probably be about $50-$60 for us. That's how bad it is. If you go to a comic book show over here, try to get trade paperback. All of it's probably in the $50-$60, even just for a simple kind of volume. So it's crazy.
But thank you guys very much for watching our video, recapping and kind of like reviewing and pulling this thing apart. We really like doing it, and
we really enjoy it.
We're a little bit sad that we got to wait a while for the next ones, but hey, that anticipation.
I'm putting my money on it. We're definitely getting some more.
Okay, David said it, therefore so shall it be. That was that. Thank you guys for supporting the channel, and if you haven't already, go out and buy issue 6. You definitely need it.
And stay tuned for the wrap-up episode.
Oh yeah, where we want to hear your theories so we can put them on camera. Thank you guys very much.
Hi, Olivia.
How's it going? She probably stopped watching it.
She probably by it. Like she got a compliment and she was like, "I'm out."
Damn,
now they're asking for me for stuff. I'm out.